Hello, leke, mi fonya, mia papa moto fonya. Kama kwa sebe mia kata mi le lame sama, lame sama. Ye eƒea, do gogo ya, eƒea gogo, eƒe dudu, egogo. Ta mia kata mi dzadzraɖo wɔm. Ke miada akpe ne Mawu. Hello everybody, hope you all doing fantastic. I'm also doing well by the grace of God. I hope you are all getting ready for the new year, which is April. April is also a year, like a year is April. But if you want to say New Year celebration or Christmas celebration, we also say in every language, Dudu. Dudu is not duper, is new year, let's say celebration, New Year celebration or Christmas celebration. Dudu. Ke nye jadrado woma. So are you getting ready? Jadrado. Jadrado can also mean like putting on your clothes and like dressing. It can also mean jadrado. Jadrado can also mean getting ready for any event, for anything. So that's also jadrado. Okay, so last time we talked about names in Ewe. So today we continue with names in Ewe. Ke agba nyaga yidiple nko names. Nko name. Nko names. Le wegbema. So twins, meaning a female and male in Ewe, they are called, the male child is called Achu and the female is called Achupi. So in the case where the twin are all female, they are called Ayi and the other one is Acha. If they are all male, so one is called Achu and the other one is called Ache. So that's for twins. So the other time I mentioned that the third male child, meaning that if a couple has a male child as firstborn, second child as male child again, and then third child male child again, so the child is called Mensan. But Mensan from some tribes in Ewe, but for the Amon people is Besan. And then if the same thing happens, like if a couple has female child as firstborn and second female and third female, so that female or that child is called Masan. So if the fourth child as a female again, so the female is what? Is Mana. So the same thing for male children. So if the fourth child comes as male again, so how do you call him? Depending on the tribe, the Ewe tribe, some people call that child Anani. Oh, yes. So every people have because we have names according to, how do I translate this? It's like they call it or in Anglo. In English, it's kind of a bit. I've not found the perfect word for Hno. It can be bloodline, but not really bloodline. It can also be translated somehow like tribe, but it's not also tribe. So what I can say is that the Anglo people have 15 or 15 bloodline. Yeah, I remember many years ago when I was very small, my grandma would say, my bloodline is this one, so I don't eat this, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. So only her, but we can eat, but because she belongs to another bloodline, I should say, yeah. So there are some bloodline, they say, no, if you eat this, you have some allergies, you have this, you have this. Well, I don't know what it is. Yeah, so that is it. So there are also names according to bloodline. There are names given to children according to like circumstances, like something happened to the parents, or they are grateful, or anything that is happening at that moment when the child was born. So for example, some names, like other people like giving names that are made from how will I say, like giving thanks to God, or yes, like names, like sentences made with the name of God, like they are like phrases, I should say. So for example, Delali, Dela is savior, so Li is alive, so the savior is alive, or yeah, Delali, so the savior is alive. Polola, Polola is we say leader, so Jesus is the leader, so Polola is leader. Hola, Hola is again savior. Yeah, savior, which is Jesus Christ, of course. So savior, for example. So Polola, Hola, Delali. Maushi or Mausi. So it's like the sentence will be like Maushi me miele, alo Maushi me wole. So Maushi means in the hands of God. In the Habbat, depending on which God, of course, but most of the time it's the great God, actually. Yeah, so God, in the hands of God. So Maushi. So there are many names attached to, I mean, phrases or sentences made with the name of God. Yeah, for example, Mauli. So Mauli means God is alive. What again? Maudeka, one God. Or there is only one God. Or like a Maudeka, so they shorten it as Maudeka. Doji. Doji means perseverance. Like in whatever is happening, you have to persevere. Doji. So yes, there are many names like that in every many. We cannot finish it today. So those are the names formed with the name of God. Oh yeah, yes. So sometimes there are names given to children after probably the mother has suffered from infertility. So while the mother was suffering, or the parents were suffering, they went to a fetish priest, or yes, traditional herbalist, to help them have children. So when they start giving birth, there are certain names given to those children. That's because the children came after they have visited those traditional herbalist or priest. So some of the names for male children are Klu. Some tribe will say a Klu, Kluche. So that is after a Klu there is Kluche. So Abuchi, for example. That's for, there are many others, I'm just giving some examples. So for female, they have Jatugui Koshi. So that is it. So there are also names given to children when if the parents have something they call in Ewa afa, giving children, you can give this name. So This name are Amuzu, Akakpo, Afachao. That's for male children, and then for female children, Aruba, Afayome, Afasime, Yelua. So those names, if a child has that name, that means that the parents have what we call a fam, which is like a fetish, like a protective, well, an idol that protects the family. So that is it. So there are also names given to children as according to the number of children that's yes, that the parents have. So as I mentioned for Besan and Masan before, so for male children, so Foley, for example, is a name given to children, to a child that comes first in a tribe, which is well, how would I say? As I said, I can't find the perfect translation for which is like bloodline. So children, according to which is bloodline. So Foley is a male child name for one bloodline. Jeha, Besan, Jaji. So Jaji, Anani, Anunu, Ashon, Bechi. So those are all male children names. So for this, for female children as well, female child, for a tribe in Anglo, they can call a female child Agwe, Gogo, Agwe, Agokpo, Masa, Mana, Manu, Mako. So yes, there are names given to children according to the number of children that the parents have. As I mentioned before, for Masa or Besan, so there is also in some bloodline, there is the first male child is Foley, the second Jeha, the third Besan. So for female, they have Agwe, Agogo, Agokpo, Masa, Mana, Manu, Mako. So there's also what we call, as I said before, a bloodline. Some blood, like according to the bloodline you belong to, or I don't know if bloodline fits better than tribe, but it's not tribe by per se, but well, let's take it like that, either tribe or bloodline. So some of the names that are given to children in some of the tribe are Fui, Chachu, Chidi, Akoli, Koli, and then for female you have Kokwi as the first female child, Kokwi the second, Abui third, Fui. So that is, it's also like Masa and all, but this is according to the tribe. Yeah, so that is it. So there are some parents, well, let's say, so that's what we call jikwi. That means that when you give birth, the child dies. Anytime that you give birth, the child dies. So when you start giving, like maybe you give one or two children, they die. So the third one, you don't want to give the child the normal name. It's like when you give a normal name, spirit will steal the child away again. The child will die again. So they try to give names that are weird, I mean very weird, so that to scare the spirit away. So those names, some of the names are like Anyigbavo, Akoli, Arugbo, Boha, Fofwe, Ekpe, Belonu. So the actually translation of those names are they are like funny. For example, Anyigbavo, meaning that earth is finished. It's like, yeah, there's no more earth, or oh yes, Anyigbavo. There's no, Anyigba is earth. So vo is like finish. So it's like there's no more earth. So something like that. Yes. Yes, that is it. So those are the some of the names that ever people give their children. But what we must know is that ever people like, I mean, many like giving names, making phrases from out of the name of God to give to their children. There are many of that, very beautiful names. Beautiful names. Every people actually have very beautiful names. Yes. Okay. Ke agba mia sera afia. Ke mia gadogo. Maganglobo. But na subscribe then the channel. Yo. Ke afoye ye nami.